I have 12 noon over here. Thank you all for joining us today. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Natalie Layton and I am the VP of Membership for the Chamber. We have an awesome program for you today featuring Trent Bryson, the CEO of Bryson, and Jeremy will introduce him in a moment. But before we get started with the program, I did want to go over some brief housekeeping. So please note that this event is being recorded and will be distributed to our participants as well as made available on the Chamber's YouTube channel. Please make sure that you change your name to reflect your business and mute yourself while you're not speaking. And lastly, please make sure that you stick around for the entire event to hear not only the exciting membership announcement, but for the opportunity to network and win a door prize courtesy of Primal Alchemy. And Primal Alchemy and LBS Financial are our sponsors today. So thank you so much for your continued support of not only the Chamber, but of our Good Afternoon Long Beach events. So with that, I am going to pass the mic over to Jeremy to kick everything off.
Thanks, Natalie. Appreciate that. And good to see everybody. Welcome to Good Afternoon Long Beach. Jeremy Harris, President and CEO of the Long Beach Area Chamber of Commerce. And I know we'll have some more folks joining us throughout the afternoon here. I missed the last one, so it's good to see new faces and familiar faces once again this month. And I feel that we are coming down to the days where this will no longer be an option, as in we will be back in person. And I see some nod heading over there, and that's good. So as you know, and I'll be very brief here, is the governor has targeted June 15th as the end of the blueprint for economic recovery, meaning getting businesses back open. LA County and certainly the city of Long Beach have followed that, and all numbers and the way that the health orders have gone are tracking towards that as well. You've seen a new health order come out here just most recently last week as LA County moved to the yellow tier. So the numbers and the data and the information that we're receiving from the individuals that make these decisions, from the governor on down to our local health department and the county health department, are looking good. And so the chamber is beginning to plan. We have been planning on reopening and what that all looks like. More information to come on that. Our probably big event or last big event of the year, the chamber's a July 1 through June 30 year. So we typically say this is towards the end of our year now, is our annual gala. That will be, unfortunately, still virtual. It's what we've been planning for just the last few months, not knowing where we would be. But it's our hope that we'll be back in person shortly thereafter. And quite frankly, it's going to start in small groups, and it'll probably start with programming such as Good Afternoon Long Beach. So many of you have been with us since the beginning when we switched it over to virtual. Many of you have been with us since we were in person at Parker's Lighthouse. So we're looking forward to getting back there. We're working with our restaurant partners to make sure we can do so safely and do it in a way that provides value back to all of you. For those of you who are still aren't comfortable or want to ease a little bit more, take a little bit more time to come back in person, that's fine as well. And we're going to continue to look at how we bring events, programming in a hybrid model and in a hybrid way. So we want to make sure we're targeting all of our membership and providing the best value we can in different capacities through technology and in person. And then speaking of value and member benefits and how we try to continue to connect with our members and making sure you all are taking advantage of your membership, today's exciting. We're going to be able to introduce a new value proposition, a new value benefit to our membership, especially for those employers that are looking to retain and attract good employees. And for those of you who are employees looking to maybe stay long-term with your current employer and looking for ways that your current employer continue to offer value back to you as an employee, we've got some exciting news today and how we think we can help in that arena. So that's just very high level, very brief in terms of what's going on. Obviously, many of you have access to lots of our staff, and any questions you may have, please feel free to reach out to any one of us. But we continue to monitor and track whether it's the reopening, whether it's legislation that's in front of your local city council or your state officials, to what new products and services are out there that can help you continue to do business. So we're still obviously very much involved in ensuring we provide that information, put on programming that's valuable to you all, and you have access to that. So with that, let's hop right into our program today. It's excited to introduce Trent Bryson, CEO of Bryson, no stranger really to Long Beach and to many of us on this call. He's established one of the most successful Southern California insurance brokerages and corporate retirement firms right here in Long Beach. Graduated from University of California at Santa Barbara, began his career at Merrill Lynch. In 2001, Trent rejoined Bryson with a strategic plan to improve employee benefit counseling. Trent's vision and expertise have led him to regional and national awards and recognition. Alongside his career, Trent is an adjunct professor at Human Resources at California State University, Long Beach, go Beach, expert contributor to KTLA News, Fox Business, and Entrepreneur Media, officer at YPOOC, and political involvement committee chair for NAFA California. Without further ado, no stranger, like I said, to the chamber, to certainly the city of Long Beach in Southern California. Turn over to Trent Bryson.
Thanks, Jeremy. I appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody taking the time to spend with us this morning. For me, really excited to be able to offer this to our own city. It's the federal rules changed a couple of years ago in the retirement plan space that really allowed for us to take advantage of economies of scale. If you know me too well, I'm a big fan of small businesses and specifically hyper-local and supporting hyper-local. So this was something that we're really excited to launch. It was launched a little bit earlier this year in Pasadena, and now we're launching it here in Long Beach. And to me, again, it's something really cool for us to bring to the community. As we get into it a little bit, and I'm going to have Megan will continue to move it. What we're here to talk about is a multiple employer plan. It's basically a 401k plan for all businesses in Long Beach, whether there's advantages for small and large that I'll get into in a minute, but it's really an MEP or multiple employer plan, is a retirement plan for businesses that typically have a common interest, but aren't commonly owned or affiliated. In this situation, we have the chamber, which has really stepped out there and said, hey, we want to be a part of this. We want to provide an additional value to our members, and we want to provide something that directly relates to their bottom line, and remove some of the fiduciary and administrative liabilities from them so that they can focus on growing their business. So the chamber is the sponsor of the plan. And as we get into it, you'll learn a little bit more about it. The biggest benefits are really, it's a cost savings, which everybody loves hearing cost savings. Rather than having to operate your own 401k plan and deal with all the different record keepers and who's the best and what funds are the best and what do I have to do legally and administratively. There's a whole lot that's going on there that's important for us to be able to take advantage of. And so for this, there's cost savings. We're removing the fiduciary and administrative support. The plan maintenance is really simple. We're kind of taking the lead on that. But the also unique thing is it's totally customizable. So one business could have a profit sharing match that is based on whatever their key performance metrics of their company are. And somebody else could have no match at all and just say, hey, I want to offer a way for my employees to save for their retirement. And then what's really exciting is for employers that are over 100 employees, they have to go through a pretty rigorous audit process today. So what that would do is all of the plans get audited kind of together. And so they save from a money standpoint and from a liability standpoint. So it's not only for the small and micro businesses, but it's for the mid-size and even for the largest businesses in our city. I believe it so much that we put our plan in here first to start it off because we feel like it's a value-added benefit for our employees and for us as an employer. As we get into kind of what really happens there, they're really an unbundled structure. So you're going to see there's ourselves, there's a third-party administrator that's local, and then there's Transamerica, which I'll get into a little bit, which is a big national firm, which is where everybody would get their statements. But what it really does is it allows us to plan each company to have their own type of 401k plan. It also keeps them from having to go on to the CalSavers plan, which is coming down the pipeline. For some of you, it's already a requirement. So for us, what it really allows us to do is offer a 401k or a retirement plan for every company in the city, and we believe it's going to benefit all. And as we get into it, who are the different players that are bringing this to? Bryson, we are the retirement plan advisor. So our staff does all the education, both Spanish and English, everything from virtual to on-site. We help select the funds. We're very proud in the fact that we're agnostic, so we don't have any conflicts of interest with any of the fund companies. So we're bringing kind of best in class fund lineups, whether it's Vanguard or American Funds or Fidelity. We access them all, and our whole goal is to bring the very best funds to the employees for their retirement. Transamerica is where the statements come from. That's where people log on and see everything online, a big national firm. And so that's where the money is being handled and custodied on a daily basis. BEI, or Benefit Equity, is a company, a third-party administrator that has history in the space, and they're the ones that are doing the annual compliance on a yearly basis and a monthly compliance. And then we brought in a fourth party, which is MPPG, and what their whole job is to make sure that no plan sponsors get in trouble. So they're sending out all the crazy notices, and a lot of times in our world of retirement plans, you have all these different requirements. They're actually sending that directly to the participants, and telling you exactly what to do and taking that fiduciary liability off your hands too. And I'm trying to go fast, so if there's questions, feel free to put it in the chat or just send an email later, but also don't want to lull anybody to sleep. Bryson's a relationship manager. We're local. We're the primary contact for the chamber and the chamber's members that join this MEP. We'll provide, like I said, all the education and enrollment meetings. And something that we take a lot of pride in is not just handling the CEO or the CFO, but really making sure that those employees, a lot of times it's their very first time ever being in a retirement plan. So we're educating them from ground up of what is basic financial planning and why do you need this and why should you be in this plan. We're also going to provide the annual investment reviews and compliance guidelines just to make sure that as you start to sort through some of the things in your plan, there's a lot of different unique and cool things you can do with your 401k plan. Us personally, we take every year, we look at our 3 main goals for the company. We publish those for all of our employees. And then we talk about what that goal is, that if we all hit those goals together, that we're going to share in a profit sharing contribution. And so it's a good way for us to align the goals of our organization with what we're trying to accomplish. Specifically in a half virtual world or a virtual world, it becomes really important from a cultural standpoint for us to make sure that we're totally aligned across the board. And good question, Marilyn. Any size business can use the MEP. You could be 5,000 employees or you could be 2 employees. As we go to the next page, you're going to see kind of a little bit about us. Very local. Myself, Jeremy already introduced me, but born in Long Beach, live in Long Beach. Kids go to Long Beach Poly in Santa Barbara now. But big involvement in the Boys and Girls Club and the various charities. Long Beach is where we live, and we believe a lot in supporting it. The rest of our team, uniquely enough, all live in Long Beach. Megan, who's on the chamber board with you. Elena Ellis, who also lives in Long Beach, and her husband operates Riley's, which is a local business as well. And they've been with me for a while. Janine and Celeste, also, again, locally based, that can come out and support your employees, both English and Spanish speaking. So really proud of our team. We've had them for a long time, and their whole job is to make sure that you're not just happy, but wowed. And that's something we take a lot of pride in as a company. I won't focus too much on awards and recognitions, but we do consistently get recognized as one of the top 100 401k advisors in the country, which allows us to bring these type of benefits to you and kind of stay on the cutting edge. Probably my most significant one that I'll talk about is actually the Chamber of Commerce Entrepreneur of the Year Award. I think it's the most nervous speech I've ever given, but it's something that we're very proud of here in Long Beach, and we continue to try to give back to the Chamber and to the members of the Chamber. As we go to the next page, Transamerica, most of you have heard of Transamerica, either from their logo or who they are, but that's where their contributions actually go. So every time money comes out of somebody's paycheck, it goes to Transamerica. They invest the contributions based on how the employees elect those contributions to happen. And they're the ones that provide statements. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, somebody can go on and look at how much money they have in their account and look at how it's doing. So all the online access, all the website, and the participant statements are produced by Transamerica. Benefit Equity, the local third-party administrator, they're the ones that prepare and maintain the plan documents, loan privileges or provisions, things like Roth contributions. Should we do a Roth, 401k, or do we have a traditional? What's the waiting period for your employees? What's the profit sharing numbers look like? So they're the ones that help us on an annual basis kind of choose the plan design that's right. And that's what's so great about this program is you can have, totally customized, even though it's sponsored by the chamber. And in PPG, like I said, they're just the ones that are making sure that that we keep you out of trouble. So it's not the last thing we want you to do is offer a 401k plan for the first time, or if you're offering a 401k plan and you've gone through an audit, they can be a total headache. And so this is their job, is we're offsetting this. In fact, they take on the liability from you so that there's no compliance issues down the road. Our pricing, which this probably looks, Greek to some people, but what we've done is we've devised a pricing chart that really, the nice thing about this is we've priced it as if it's $50 million. And so for a lot of small businesses, they get pricing that they've never gotten before. And then for large businesses that maybe have $5, $10, $15 million in the plan, they get kind of that big plan pricing too. We're all kind of in this together, I'd say. And then once we get across the 50 million threshold, we're just going to go and negotiate with Transamerica and the different providers to keep going. And so it's really important that that we're not just doing this just as a normal plan, but that we're doing this as a very cost competitive plan. And as we get into the next page, you're also going to see a little bit more about us. A lot of times clients say, well, what else do you do? We have an employee benefits practice, a property and casualty, life insurance is what we're known for, and then the wealth management and retirement plan side. So we're truly, I'd say in Long Beach, that one that's a one-stop shop for employers that want it. They can also take us, ad hoc and have a la carte, as I say. And as we get into just kind of, I'm going to open it up for questions now. That was just a quick summary of everything that's being offered. The other thing that I will say that's coming down the pipeline is that CalSavers, the compliance that's around CalSavers and opting in, opting out, whether you have a 401k plan or not, there are still steps you need to take. Celeste in our office is kind of our compliance specialist on that, and she can walk you through how to do it. So whether you're coming into the plan or not coming into the plan, don't hesitate to reach out to our office and say, hey, what do I need to do with this CalSavers plan? From advantages of coming into the MEP versus the CalSavers, there's some pretty basic things, but I'll focus on a couple things, which is one, the ability to have a loan. A lot of employees, this is their base of their financial plan. So as they grow their assets, a lot of them want to go and buy, a house with their 401k for the first time. In the CalSavers, it would be much more difficult to do that. In the 401k, you could borrow the money and you're only paying yourself back instead of something else like a different type of financial institution. The second is the limits to put more in and save for retirement are a lot more advantageous in the 401k plan. So a lot of times I'm hearing people say, I'll just come into that plan that I have to. But I think if you're going to offer a retirement program to retain and attract good quality employees, I think you want to do, best in class. With that, I'll stop for a second and open it up for any questions. I saw the one question that said, is any size, but as I answered, any size plan can be offered. If you want to know more about it or to look at your specific company in general, just simply email us. My personal email is trent@brysonfinancial.com. So trent@brysonfinancial.com. But anybody in our team can help out.
Thanks, Trent. We appreciate that. And if we've got any questions, feel free to come off mute or wave at me or something, and I'll call on you. But before we go that, Trent, can you give us like one or two lines if we've got a small business owner on the call here? And I know I see a couple of folks, and then I also know we've got employees of small businesses. What's the one or two takeaways? Why should a company, if they don't have a 401k plan currently or some type of retirement plan for their employees? Why should they consider that?
Yeah, I think good question. The first would be, it's actually the second most requested employee benefit. Health insurance would be the first. A lot of companies look at the cost of health insurance as a basic necessity and they go, gosh, that's really expensive. Or they look at a 401k and they think, oh, there's going to be this big cost. But for a 401k plan, to offer that to your entire company, for most small companies, you're talking about $2,500 to $5,000 a year in annual costs. That's usually what it costs for like one person on your health insurance program. So from just a pure efficiency of being able to offer yourself and your employees a retirement plan, I'd say it's the most cost efficient. If you want to add in the match or you want to add in the profit sharing, that's all discretionary and that's things you can do. But from a pure standpoint of, hey, I'm a small business, there's two basic things that we know we're going to need. We know that we have health insurance requirement. And then the second is we want to retire one day and we want our employees to retire one day. And frankly, the sooner we can get our employees to retire, I think that transcends into your entire organization. If I have a small manufacturing business and I have a 25-year-old that is looking at the 70-year-old that's still working on the floor next to him saying, I can't retire, that's not very motivating. But if I look at, hey, I'm 25 years old and I'm looking at the 65-year-old or 70-year-old that was able to retire after working for my company or my family for a generation, I think that's an exciting offering to say, hey, this builds upon what we're doing as a company. Does that answer that, Jeremy?
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I know you got into a lot of the technical specs during your presentation and why this makes sense and how this all works and everything. But I think what you just said there is really important for the takeaway on, why is this such a advantageous, if you will, to attract and retain employees if you're a small business. And quite frankly, if you're an employee and you're wondering, what kind of benefits are out there, this is just one of those. And the Chamber's happy to partner. Coming on the heels of a lot of you probably saw the news this morning. I think it came out late last night. You've got lots of job openings out there, nationwide, and you have this dichotomy right now of folks wanting to come back to work but not wanting to come back if they have a lot of the unemployment benefits coming to them, still taking down draws from the federal government, all stuff that was certainly needed this past year and going into this year and everything. But we have heard at the Chamber, employers are having a hard time bringing employees back to work and then once you've got them, trying to hang on to them and trying to retain them. So we believe here at the Chamber, this is just one little tool that we think is in a whole bag of tools to help our employer members attract and retain their employees. And we're proud to partner with Bryson to offer this up. So I'll get off my soapbox and then
I think you bring up a great point that I just want to touch on for two of those things. One is as employee candidates start to come back, I think our most competitive advantage as a small business is to attract the best possible employees we can. And so if the difference between me attracting 5 high performers, a high performer is generally somebody that also wants to think about their retirement or their future or their growth in a company. And so if you have a benefit offering that you're offering something that nobody else is right now, or your competitors aren't, or they're not focusing on, or it's not competitive because it's archaic, which we run into a lot, specifically in the nonprofit space, you want to offer something that's kind of best in class. And I think that this offers large company benefits for small companies. And then the second part is, it's really not that hard to get started. To reach out to our office from start to finish, it's about 6 weeks. And that includes everything from document signing to the education meetings to having it up and going with your payroll company. And then the final piece of it is, you don't hear about it nationwide because it's not required nationwide. But here in California, we have stricter requirements with CalSavers. And so all businesses are going to have to do some sort of plan sooner or later. June 30th is a big deadline for everybody. So it's something that I think the Chamber's taken a good job of getting out in front of this and saying, hey, let's offer something best in class to our members.
Thanks for that, Trent. Appreciate that. And yeah, can't underscore the part about the CalSavers. This is going to be a requirement eventually. So if we can help, like I say, get out in front a little bit and help our members navigate those waters, we're happy to do so. And again, thanks for the partnership. I'm looking around and seeing if there's any questions. Any questions of Trent? If not, I will turn it back over to Natalie. And of course, if you have questions later on, want to ask them towards the end, whether it's through the chat or you want to reach out to our team at the Chamber or certainly Trent's team at Bryson, everybody is very accessible. So with that, Natalie, I'll turn it back over to you to take us through the rest of Good Afternoon Long Beach. Thanks. Thanks again, Trent.
Thank you both so much. It looks like we actually have a couple of questions in the chat. So Trent, if you don't mind, I will just give them to you and answer them. So the first is it a requirement for businesses to have a retirement plan offered for their employees?
Yeah, so that's that Cal Savers that I was talking about. So now, as of June 30th, we have some new requirements based on the size of your business on offering, and you have to kind of opt in, opt out either way. So it's really important for everybody to understand that. And we have a timeline that we'll actually follow up with this presentation too, that shows the businesses by their size and when they have to do it.
Fantastic. And then the next question is, as a business, what does the process look like to get started with the MEP?
And that's very simply just whether you have a plan or you want to start a new plan. It's just reaching out and us setting up a initial consultation. For us, it's not just about setting up a very cookie cutter. I'd say that we want to make this a strategy for you. So we want to truly understand your business. Kind of one of our ethos is to have kind of a personal touch and understanding what are you trying to accomplish as a business and how do we help you get there most effectively. And so from that, it's a consultation that just says, hey, let's go through what type of employee you're trying to attract, what you're trying to do for your own tax planning as a business owner, what are the different problems you're having and how can we solve it with this MEP.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So like Jeremy said, we'll move into the next part of the program, but I just want to give a big thank you. Oh, looks like Brad beat me to the punch. We have one more question that just came through. Can you repeat when you'll have the rollout of when a business needs to provide coverage?
So we're going to include that in the presentation that's being followed up with this call. So you'll get that right away.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And thank you, Brad, for that question. So thank you so much, Trent, for taking the time, and the entire team at Bryson Financial. It's been awesome to work with you all. And like Trent said, there will be more information coming out for everyone. So we're really excited about this partnership and to get this running and to hopefully help many Long Beach businesses with this. So with that, I am going to start our networking portion of the event, where we go around the room and everyone has 30 seconds to share with us about your business, about yourself, anything you'd like to share. I do request that you keep it to 30 seconds. However, I don't want to have to mute anyone. I feel terrible when I do that. So we are going to get it started. We'll keep the Bryson trend going. And Megan, if you want to kick us off.
Sorry about that. Typical, have to unmute myself. I think you've heard all about Bryson for today. I am Megan, Chief of Staff at Bryson. Love being on the team. I'm also a board member for the Chamber as well. So born and raised here and just love our community and working with all of you.
Thank you, Megan. Marilyn?
Hi, my name is Marilyn Singer. I am the membership coordinator for the Chamber. So if you have any questions on membership, navigating your membership portal, reach out to me. Thanks.
Awesome. Martha?
Much, Natalie. Martha Gonzalez with Long Beach Medical Center. I have just a quick little tidbit to share. We are hosting May is Stroke Awareness Month, and we're hosting a seminar, a Zoom, because we haven't had enough Zoom this year, so we're going to have another Zoom. But it'll be a great event. We have 3 of our top docs and our stroke director as well, and we're trying to increase the awareness of stroke. 1 of 3 people have no idea what one symptom or sign of stroke is, so we're trying to increase that. And I'll have more information on the chat.
Awesome. Thank you, Martha. I'm having trouble with muting myself as well today, apparently. Next is Heather.
I think I'm having trouble too. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Heather Summers, Senior Vice President of Marketing with LBS Financial Credit Union. And we're a not-for-profit financial institution, and we're focused on providing excellent service to our members and also affordable banking, as well as just supporting the community. I did want to mention on behalf of the Women's Business Council that we do have an event coming up on June 16th for Women of Excellence, another Zoom meeting, since we all love them so much. And but we will be honoring women in education, a community leader, and a woman in business, and also giving out our marathon small business grant as well. So hopefully you've seen the emails coming from the chamber, but please apply for any of those as well. We have a deadline of May 26th. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, Heather. How about Pete?
Good afternoon, everybody. Pete Marsh. I'm the owner of Vector Green Power and Materials. We're fairly new in Long Beach, moved down here from Redding during the pandemic, and excited to be here. I design and build solar systems, everything from traditional rooftop to ground mount to more custom structures like the one behind me.
Awesome. Thank you, Pete. How about Willis?
What's going on, Long Beach? Willis Allen here. I work at Serve First Solutions, Long Beach local, grew up around here, played water polo at Long Beach Wilson. But now I work at Serve First Solutions, and what we do is we help businesses reduce the cost of electronic payment acceptance. So many businesses I talk to don't even realize how much they are being charged to run credit cards. For example, the average, consumer card is going to cost you anywhere from 2% to 3.5% on business cards just to run a transaction. But with the technology we have here at Serve First, we've been able to reduce transaction costs by about a full percentage point there. So just to make it easy math, if you're doing $1 million in revenue a year, that cost will come down by 10 grand a year just off of this technology. So, if you're interested in doing a free review, you know how to contact me.
Great. Thank you, Willis. Robert?
Hey everyone, Robert Grimmick here from Grimmick Technology, and I want everyone who owns a business to ask themselves, what would you do tomorrow if none of your computers worked and you were locked out of every email you've ever sent? This is a very real possibility. You've probably heard about the ransomware attack that crippled the pipeline on the East Coast, but what you haven't heard is that's one of a bunch that's happened lately. Scripps Healthcare in San Diego's had to cancel surgeries, turn away ambulances. Tulsa, Oklahoma can't access any of their 4,000 computers or any of their emails. And just in the last couple of hours, an organized crime ring started dumping personnel files and case reports from the Washington, D.C. Police Department. This is happening to businesses of all sizes. And if you don't have a plan to deal with it, you could very well wind up out of business.
All righty. And next, Hilda.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hopefully a cheerier message than that. I'm Hilda Sanchez with Minuteman Press, and we can help you build and grow your business. If you're meeting with your customers in person, then we can print the collateral materials you need to leave a good impression behind. If you are not meeting with them in person, then we can help you with your mailings to get their attention and keep them as your customers. Have a good week, everybody.
Thank you, Hilda. How about Amanda?
Hi, everyone. Amanda Donahue with the Long Beach Chamber. I am the Special Events Manager and Executive Assistant over here. Just want to give a quick save the date for our upcoming annual gala, where we'll be honoring LBS Financial Credit Union for the 85th anniversary. So we hope you can all join us on Thursday, June 24th.
Thank you, Amanda. Love the little clap, Oscar. We'll go to you next, Oscar.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, Long Beach. I'm Oscar Velasco with LBS Financial Credit Union. Thank you so much, Bryson Financial, for sharing on 401k. Very important. We all retire. Something else that we can offer employees at LBS Financial Credit Union and myself offer is our financial wellness program that we offer for your employees. If you're looking to offer your employees a financial education, I could provide that for you. Please feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my contact information and hope to see everyone at the gala.
Thank you, Oscar. How about Andrew?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Andrew with ICANN program. Good to see a lot of familiar faces. Our program helps, the department I work in, we help adults with high functioning disabilities. Okay, so it's a lot of autism or intellectual disabilities. Try to find real world, meaningful, gainful employment. Okay, so we have actually worked with a few of the members in the past, even over 2020, surprisingly. And now that kind of, things are opening up, economy's ramping back up. As Jeremy mentioned, there's actually this weird time where there's a lot of state and federal money that are keeping those entry level and starter position applicants at home, right? Why would you work for an extra $100 if you could just be at home, for a $14 an hour job? So that's opening up some opportunities for us and our clients. So if any of you out there have any kind of access or visibility to those type of jobs, I kind of like to use the term starter, entry level, right? Grocery, retail. Please let me know. I'm here to just network, meet hiring managers, and then make the connections. So thank you. Once again, Andrew with ICANN. Good to be here.
Thank you, Andrew. And Judy?
Hi, I'm Judy with the Long Beach Chamber. Thank you, Heather, for bringing up the applications for our Women of Excellence and Marathon Small Business Grant event. If you guys have not seen any information about the grant or the applications for the Women of Excellence, please reach out to me. It's open to women, of course, but we're looking for applications. And like Heather said, the deadline is on the 26th, and we'll be honoring all those women at our event in June. So please reach out to me if you haven't seen anything. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you, Judy. Dr. Manrama?
Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Manorama Gupta, and I'm President of International Business Council, as well as I'm President of Global Peace Foundation, Inc. I'm a Commissioner of Health and Human Services in City of Long Beach. And the thing I'm trying to start is the UNA USA Chamber at Long Beach. It's the United Nations Association Chamber, and I need Chamber as my partner. I need all of you to become member and help. This is a very good cause. Our Long Beach chapter was previously didn't progress and closed, so now I'm trying to start the new chapter, but without your help, I cannot do it. So, and we are doing this Mother's Day celebration on May 15, and I will put the flyer. Anyone of you want to join the program, it will be Zoom program, and it will be very good. So thank you again.
Great, thank you so much. Next, Brad.
Thanks, Natalie. My name is Brad Pollock, and I am the director of the Long Beach Small Business Development Center, also affectionately known as the SBDC here in Long Beach on the campus of Long Beach City College. And the SBDC offers no cost advising for businesses that are getting started and to small businesses that are growing. We offer assistance in all kinds of areas: marketing and operations, leadership and import and export and financial understanding, and helping you put together your documentation when you're looking for a loan, and much, much more. So we're always happy to work with businesses to help in any kind of business advising capacity. Trent, your presentation was great, and I'll pass along all that information to our clients. And also, Andrew, I'll get you some information that might be helpful to you as well. So Brad Pollock, SBDC, happy to be here as always.
Thank you so much, Brad. How about Rachel?
Hi, my name is Rachel, and I am with Best Buddies. Best Buddies provides opportunities for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in a variety of capacities, but I assist them in finding jobs. I'm the manager of job development for our Long Beach South Bay branch. So like Andrew, I'm out there. Yeah, I have a lot of people who are eager and ready to work in integrated settings with gainful employment. So here to connect with recruiting managers for those entry-level clerical jobs or warehouse jobs. Yeah, feel free to pass my name around, and I'll also probably try to connect with all of you on LinkedIn afterwards. So happy to be here. Thanks.
Thank you, Rachel. How about Chris?
Hi, everybody. Chris Mitchell with C Mitchell Marketing. So I put all of my links from my link tree in the chat for everybody. I do social media, web design, and data analysis. I go through your social media and do audits and tell you how it's performing and help you arrange your campaigns to better meet your goals with marketing. I also want to let everybody know that I do have 3 internship programs throughout the year. And right now I'm gearing up for our summer internship programs and accepting interviews. So if anybody has anybody junior up in high school and junior up in college, then send them my way. My link is in the chat, as well as my other channels and our show that me and my business partner do every Tuesday, where we answer frequently asked questions. So excited to be here. Have a wonderful week, everybody.
Thank you so much, Chris. How about Jeremy?
Thanks, Natalie. First, let me just say, I think Robert's presentation or quick comments scared us all back to in person and get off Zoom and emails faster than we need to. So good on you, Robert. So many wonderful businesses here and members. The breadth and depth of all that you guys do is wonderful. So we appreciate you being on Good Afternoon Long Beach, and we've got other programming, and many of you I see on all kinds of different things we do. So thanks for hanging in there with us. Big shout out to LBS Credit Union, and just can't wait to celebrate you guys and the work you're doing in our community. Oscar and Heather, you once again, tapping in and being with us, not just with Good Afternoon Long Beach, but all the work you do with our different business councils and the chamber. So hats off to you. And the last thing, if you want a little bit of a flavor on what the gala may look like, even though we are going to be virtual, in the chat box. If you missed our City National Bank Entrepreneur of the Year event that we had last month, it was live streamed. A lot of great honorees and awardees that we highlighted and promoted. Take a look at that link there. It's on our chamber YouTube page, and you can watch it as quick as you want, or only certain segments. And there you go. You'll get a little flavor of that. So wonderful to see all of you, and thanks again for being at Good Afternoon Long Beach.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. And Dee Dee?
Sorry, I thought he was signing off, and I'm like, oh, I have to hurry up and copy the chat. I'm Dee Dee McGuire with New York Life Insurance and Investments, and I help entrepreneurs and business owners with their protection and financial planning for optimal well-being. I also offer long-term care and business solutions, and I offer a complimentary financial assessment to all members of this community. I am new to Long Beach, been here about a year, and I am on the board of the Lomita Chamber of Commerce, and it's nice to visit you guys for the first time.
Awesome. Well, welcome, Dee Dee. Thank you.
Thank you.
And next, Dana.
Hi, everybody. Dana Buchanan, Primal Alchemy Catering and Events. Did you hear me say events? Yes, you did. We are finally working again, having events. Yeah, everybody, yay. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you so much, Dana. Certainly an exciting note. We're all eager to get back in person. And last but certainly not least, Leslie.
Hello there. I'm Leslie Smith with McCormick LA Public Relations. I offer no nonsense marketing and PR. Make it super simple. You don't have to have a master's degree in marketing to understand what I can help you do for yourself. And I'm going to put in the chat a free download for 5 common digital marketing mistakes. And these are easy to fix. So don't go, oh no, she's going to tell us how to code and create our pixel or whatever. Call Chris Mitchell for that. He's the pro for that. I'm going to tell you how to get your objectives straight and how to make sure that your messaging is clear and concise and intentional. So download that and you'll learn more. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Leslie. Now, before I introduce Judy, who is going to go over some upcoming events, I do want to highlight who won our catered meal for 4 provided by Primal Alchemy, and that was Heather Summers. So congratulations, Heather. Congratulations. I will be in touch with how you redeemed that delicious prize. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Judy, who is going to give you some updates on some upcoming events. And then it does look like we will have some extra time. So if you want to hang around after Judy is done, we will put you guys in breakout rooms for a little extra networking. So Judy?
That's my mom. I have my own fan club over here. Okay. Well, that was embarrassing. So something really exciting. The Chamber has replaced 2 longstanding signature events with something brand new. So we used to have the State of Trade and Transportation and the World Trade Week events. We have created something brand new. It's called the Celebration of Logistics. It's happening every Thursday at 10 a.m. this month. So we've already completed one. We have another one on Thursday that's going to be an update on the Long Beach Airport. It's going to feature Cynthia Guidry, who's the executive director of the Long Beach Airport, talking about all the great things that are going on there right now. We also have Hawaiian Airlines and Southwest Airlines speaking. So please join us for that. It's free. Just jump online and sign up. If you have any trouble signing up, just let me know and I'll do it for you. And another one that we have planned already is on the 20th, and that's going to be on cybersecurity, which is obviously something we've been talking about here today. We have a company called Exahive who is going to be speaking, and it's going to be super interesting. So please join us for that as well. Moffitt Nickel is our title sponsor, and we have a series sponsor of the Port of Long Beach. So please join us. We'd love to have you. Thank you.